be on my book. My game's gone. Give me game and set up away. So I'm not distracted, I'm just writing. It's called Institutionalized No More. I was just going to call it Institutionalized, but then someone replied back and well it's Institutionalized No More, isn't it, Darren? So yeah, it is, mate. JL Macmillan, hope you're well, kid. Tiggy, Marky boy, sounds good. Well, it is what it is, mate. I spent 1,500 hours on that game last year. It's not going to take me 1,500 hours to write this book. Even though I've given me possibly loads of time to do it, it'll still be done before me a lot of time, but it still won't be published until the time I've said. So I could finish the book by summer this year, if you like, and it still won't be published until Christmas Day. Nice one, user. Good stuff, JL. Jojo. Wish you well with it, mate. Thanks. But this is one of them things that can't fuck. If it's up, it's because I've fucked up. Not because some dickheads ran away with me book or stalled me progress. You know, if it doesn't get published on the 25th on Crimbo, it's because I'm up. Yes, Nat. Bobby. How much will it cost, Darren? I don't know, mate. Let's get rid of some. Yeah, Marie. Get rid of you, like, you look like a demon. You can pull your hair back like I pulled your foot to the neck. Get rid of you. Don't like them demon looking birds. You know you can't frown, can't smile properly. All them Botox up to the nines. Can't stand that. Then I'm going to print it. That's what I'm doing it to, self-publication. When did you realise to change your ways, Darren? Says Steve-O. I never realised, mate. Amy Lexi, what is, mate? You're okay? Is everything fantastic? Kitty 61. Carl, a nice one. Kitty. Everyone that's gifting there, thank you very much. Everyone that's hitting the hearts, keeping engaged. So, Casualty 73. Alan 1234. Let's get rid of a few little weird trolls. Imagine it, you have complete trolls trying to call you by your first name. Get the fuck out of here, you dickheads. What do you think he's on? Trying to be on first name terms with me. Hey Darren, how'd you go? Fucking weapon. A little twisted coke snorting rat. That's what you are, isn't it, stalker? Courtney Oliver. Michelle, how are you? And they give themselves away like this from dickhead. We love nitties. Get out of here, you little weirdo. Like your old fella. Little shit stain, lad. Just like your dad, aren't you, TM? Get out of here. You can't even control your emotions, mate. It's funny, you know, I block people, I get messages off them. Oh, why did you block me? Oh, can you unblock me, Daz? Fuck off, you little weird obsessive troll. Yes, Lace becoming a team member. Jason, Shannon. Was you on the Criminal Connection podcast? Sure was, blood. Lindsay, Siggy. Get it all the time, you know. Been mad, mate. Going on like I blocked them for nothing. Should have minded your own business, lad. What you get involved for? Why do you want your name screaming right across social media, lad? What's wrong with you? Hello. Some of yous want it, don't yous? Some of yous crave me to shout your names across social media, don't you? Not the decent people that are in here for the entertainment, just use little weird, obsessive, possessive creatures. Hello, Nano. How many accounts have you got? Hey, you little weirdos. You're mad, aren't you? The effort, it's great. You know, if I can make yous, if I've got yous making this much effort to speak about me and talk about what I'm doing, wow. I'm feeling blessed right now. The amount of attention I get on it is just weird. Don't you think? Look at the dickheads that attack me. Look at the state of them. They're all in recovery umpteen times and that, aren't they? I suppose they need someone to, you know, complain about when they're on the come downs, isn't it? That's normally the case, isn't it, people? Complete dickheads can't kick their addictions no matter what they do, no matter how they portray themselves, no matter where they are in the world, they're able to keep their addictions going. Great, aren't they? And they've got the audacity to come at me on fake accounts and that. Mad, aren't they? Why don't you come on your natural accounts instead of some being a little creature twisted on your meds and that? And that's what you've got out there, people, whether you like that or not, whether you take medication or you don't really give two. So it's a valid point what I'm making. You have got lads on meds thinking they're not. I only have one a night. You're on meds. And all the traits you'll get off that heroin addict and that crack addict, you will get exactly the same traits off that medicated gobshite there. Exactly the same. Honest to God. I'm not saying all these because you take meds. You know, some of you can still conduct yourselves while you're on your medication. You know, you're taking it for the right reasons and shit. The majority of the end up on medication because they're going to the doctors on the come downs going, oh, I feel depressed, I can't handle life, and then. Have you had any drugs? No, I don't take drugs, doctor. He's on the come down of coke. I can't handle it, I need someone to help me sleep of the night. A year down the line, he's not even on coke no more. He's just a full-blown junkie. Taking medication of all sorts. Not giving a getting prescribed 50 mil a week, taking that 50 mil on the Friday night. Rushing round to all different med heads to fulfill the week. There's loads of them out there, mate. Loads of little duck creatures that can't handle a little bit of prison. They end up on meds. The stalker's one. First thing he does when he lands in reception, I need me medication, I need me medication. Hits the block and gets his head off his meds. And that's it. Goes to his jail, medded out of his kite. Comes out looking like a little wobbly Rolo. Being medded off his cake, consistent for a little 9 months. Rolls out the game like that. Gives a birthday. Wearing shades to hide his eyes. Honestly, God, mate, trust me. Panic mode when the nurse doesn't come to the door, bang on 6 bells with his meds. He's telling the block, where's my meds? Boss, where's the nurse? The nurse hasn't forgot me, have they? Can't go in the night without getting his antidepressive. That's what the stalker is. Honest to God. Not lying. You know, I'm not painting an image here. I'm telling you how he is when he's in custody. He bangs on reception and you can't put me on normal location. Where's the nurse? Where's the nurse? I want me meds. I suffer with this, I suffer with that. Gets his med, puts it in, that's it, he's zonked. I'm boss. when he eats too much of his meds, you know, he's doing all that smackhead tricks and he's keeping it under his tongue so he can eat it overnight and not get a better sleep and shit. You know, doing all that madness. That's what he does, John. Blazing pure bifters. He doesn't give up the fake, mate. He doesn't give up the stink like nail varnish when they're on fire. He's blazing them things like that. He's chain smoking fake bifters, mate. Honest to God, mate. You know when he's shooting around there going, just got bifters there, 20 for £9. Yeah, because they're fake, you little weird. You strange piece of shit. That's what you are. Just built like a piece of shit. Talk like a piece of shit. Smell like a piece of shit. Dress like a piece of shit. Your family's like a big piece of shit. You're just like a pebble off a piece of shit. Everything about you is like a piece of shit. You little weird stalker. Lulu's saying he reminds me of George Michael. He reminds me of that little chairlifter that used to be on X Factor, Dave, and what's his name? Little weird looking who died. Have you seen him when he dyed his beard and that? That's what the stalker does, you know, goes and gets his hair dyed and that, gets his beard dyed, gets a full spray tan. 1% people, let's see if I can get the batty on. You know what they're like? People that love themselves but there's nothing to love about themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hello, baby. I haven't ripped it in ages, it feels good. You know when you can just rip the back out of a bell end? No, and there's no comeback. You know, you can say what you like about this nugget. You're not getting a comeback unless you're some little maggot from Wales or something. Well, then he'll threaten you. But when you're a scouser, true to the core, he can't come back at you. Doesn't even attempt it. Yeah, he might do a little video and write him off, I can do this, but no you won't, you shithouse. You know, stop portraying yourself to be something that you're definitely not. Yeah, you might influence all these little weird kids that watch you and the Mars and their aunties and that. But down here where the real shit kicks in, you're not pulling the wool over no eyes, mate. And the real people will tell you that. Straight up to the core. They'll tell you straight. You can helmet hasn't got a fight in him. Yeah, he might be able to pay this little coke sniffing weirdo to smash your windows, but who can't? Who can't go and pay someone £1,000 to smash a window on a car? Anyone would do it. Wouldn't he? So he is what he is. He's just a fraud. Shithouse rat. You know, he wouldn't last 2 minutes in the right place. And you've got loads of people that know that. You know, if any drug dealing scumbag that's on social media encouraging your children to sell drugs, what more do you need to know? Any drug dealing scumbag that's on social media encouraging your kids to carry knives for their own protection, what sort of shit is that? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It is what it is. Fraud, fake ass motherfucking rat. Been manipulating women for years. That's all he's ever done on social media. Every 2 or 3 years, he's all of a sudden out of the blue wanted on warrants and arrest. So he's got to escape from the country. So every 2 or 3 years, he'll jump on this plane or this helicopter and give you a big video as if he's escaping the authorities in this country. When he's just not. He's just invented another fantasy about himself. And you've just seen one of them come to an end. You know, he had a 2-year little fantasy of himself there. Went on his toes. Went back to Africa like he did 3 years ago. Installed another water well like he did 3 years ago. Found himself another dog like he did 3 years ago. The only difference in this situation to the one 3 years ago is the birds that he was banging and beating up and snarling with spoke about him. This time round, the birds that he's been banging, snarling and manipulating haven't spoken about him yet. Why? Because he hasn't gone to jail. When he goes to jail, you know, that's when the real stalker comes out. That's when girls start speaking. That's when people he's been messaging behind the scenes, unbusinesslike, you know, striking up friendships and relationships with these lonely women with dogs and stuff. You know, dropping things like, oh, I might get another dog, I feel like getting another dog. Oh, I'll help you, Sam, I'll help you, Sam. Oh, will you, thank you. He's like one of them Turkish frauders that come to the UK and marries 7 women and just rinses them off. That's what he's turning out to be. Honest to God. You know, to sit there and watch his 10 years. Like, I've been out for 8 years. He hasn't been to jail. If he has, he's done a little 6 months. He's not done proper jail in his life. Yeah, he's been to jail loads of times. But it's for smashing his birds' windows or having fake currency or dealing cannabis. You know, all petty offences. So I've been watching him, just like he's been watching me. He's been trying his hardest to make me fail in everything I'm doing. I've just been watching him prove me right. It's only slowly but surely everything that I've said about him over the last 3 months, because he was coming at me again, about his fantasy world. You know, his big escape and his helicopter, his big water event and the thing that weren't his, finding a dog that was already being cared for. All these little ploys and things to pull on the heartstrings of these women. He's been at that for years and years and years. Never mind there's nonsense from the city of Liverpool with big Sam Cole and these sex parties. You know, you just don't believe that for some reason. But that's one of them things. 10, 20 years down the line, young lads who are now 37, 38 start coming out the woodwork and going, this was happening to me in Liverpool 20 years ago. This was who was involved. And trust me, that's going to happen. It's what happens. And that's where he's, that's it, that's him as a man. You know, he's willing to put a drug in that boy's drink so he could duck by them men in that party. He's willing to do. I'm not that way inclined. Never have been. That's his generation. That's his family, actually. His bloodline are all like that. That Jason Fitz, mate. The shit he was doing in parties. Yes, Jojo, in front of young girls and that, you know, big steroid abusing, drug dealing, bloodline of the stalker, doing perverted mad shit in parties in front of young girls and that. It's well known. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's well known in the city. You've just got a lot of people shit scared to speak about it. Why? Because the violent, dangerous criminals, so they believe. They're all gobshites. Doesn't matter what the crime family is. They're all caught up in their own little madness and they think they're untouchable. And that's what gives them the persona that they're crazy and powerful. It's just mad how any upcoming family that tries to tap into that world gets targeted by the law. The families that are already existing in that world get protected by the law from the families that are coming up in that world. And I'm telling you, that's how it works. Definitely. So in Manchester now, you've probably got, still to this day in Manchester, I'll use Manchester as an example for whatever reason, you've probably got the same families from 20, 30 years ago still existing now in the free world doing it. You see all the new firms that was coming through challenging that move, challenging them families, they're all in jail. Them old school families, they're still out there, aren't they? Still smashing it. All the new families that are trying to tap into this are just getting moved out. Operated on, jail. Operated on, jail. Leaving them. Leaving them to just do what they want. The dynamics of the world has just changed again, hasn't it? Wing, how are you, mate? Just changed again, hasn't it, with that ceasefire? That ceasefire in Gaza there has just completely changed The whole dynamics of the world now. Why? Well, let's think about what it should change in this country. We should not see any more free Palestine protests now, should we? And they shouldn't be granted, should they? Why? Because they're free again. So, you know, around the world, everything should be getting better. There should be less division. We're going to still have these pivotal moments what's got to be addressed and won't be forgotten until they are addressed. And that's the thousands of rapes of our young girls by these dirty, old, dying bastard men. That's never getting left alone, regardless of how much you think it's getting pushed under the carpet. It's not. But let's not go there. It's a bit late. They want to start bringing that hateful streak into the live. Not hateful, is it? It's more of a protective streak, isn't it?